Mice, keypads, keyboards, we all use them, we all click them. Today I'm going to be discussing the differences and ins and outs of these different input methods to compare them and basically give my opinion on which is the better options among these. I have with me the Razer Viper 8K, the Wooting Uwu. A lot of people will be shocked to know that this actually exists. This is a real product. I have with me the wooting 60HE, which was just recently popular. People are starting to shift away from it though, for reasons I'll discuss a bit later. I have the SEO device, forgive me it's a bit dirty, and I also have the G502 Hero as well. And I'm also going to be talking about another keyboard that we all believe that our players zoink uses. It's called the Corsair K70 Champion Series. I'll get to talking about this a little later as well. Wooting Uwu. So this thing came out recently. I noticed it shortly after I bought my Wooting 60HE because that blew up and was a hype. It was its own thing. This thing, I kind of like it, but it has its downsides. It has 1000 hertz polling rate versus some other things have 8000 hertz polling rate. Not a lot of people, there are some people who don't really think that makes a difference, but in my opinion it does. The keycaps are nice to press. They're big. If you're not a fan of big keycaps, this probably isn't your style. I absolutely do not use the fucking buttons on the bottom. I don't use them at all. They're useless to me. I do like the RGB lights. They're really nice. I love how they look. They're not too bright. You know, it reminds me of like the light up kids Rubik's Cubes toys that you'd play with as a kid or something like that. It looks nice. As for playing though, I don't really know. It's pretty good, but I think it might fall in with the same problems the Wooting 60HE has that I will talk about a little bit later. So overall, how do I feel about this? I think it has nice lights, it has big keycaps, the buttons on the bottom are useless, the RGB looks nice, it does have a nice click. As for latency, it's pretty good, but I don't think it's the best. Do I think it's suitable for top level play? I think it's suitable for near top level play. Like, I mean, this is pretty dang close to top level play. This isn't like you're a pushover or nothing. You could probably do a top 30, top 40 demon with this. Probably more like top 40, maybe top 30. And that's how I feel about that. And now we're gonna move on to the Wooting 60HE. I love this keyboard, but only for other games, not GD related. Why, you may ask? Well, this thing is pretty good. I'd say the same about this keyboard. It's suitable for near top level play, but I don't think the latency is perfectly there. And after I did a little bit of delving and diving into like what keyboard our famous Zoink uses, pretty much he mentions and talks about he feels like the Wooting has not great initial delay. The actuation point, like adjustability, is OP, but the initial input lag is not good, so he switched back to K70. And honestly, with using both of these, I kind of feel the same, because I put a lot of practice into levels. I know how to do them perfectly, but I just can never execute. They feel amazing, but I can notice that once I kind of understand and wrap my head around that, if that makes sense. Viper 8K, I like this thing. I beat Carcano with it. Responsive, pretty good. Yeah, it's more responsive than these, I'd say, to be honest, the Wooting products. But for comfort after playing for a bit, I wouldn't say it's the best. It's a pretty good mouse though for overall gaming. I would say this over like a Logitech for overall gaming, just because it's lighter and it has a better sensor, I think. Logitech G502. We all know this at this point. It has a nice click, it looks nice. It's decently responsive if you jump through the right hoops and backpedal the Logitech software to a certain version to fix the debounce time and stuff like that. No, this is a pretty good option. But for spamming, I don't really feel it's a great option. Maybe if I got used to how it felt, I might like it a little more, but I don't know. I just feel like it's another suitable for near top level play. Of course, we have players like Paco, but it's just harder to get used to ship and wave and things like that on the G502, I find. Save device. This thing is the most responsive. Oh, I have something else. This thing is very freaking responsive. The build quality though, it's not great. Could be better. I managed to hit 1 to 200 CPS in one of my streams recently because I was just grazing the top of the button that I use. I feel like this thing is getting pretty worn in by me, and I don't know if I'm going to continue using it. But as for responsiveness, it's great. Comfort, it has small keycaps, so keep that in mind when purchasing this. I do like it though. I like the customizable screen. I would say this is more suitable for top level play than all of the other options listed previously. But keep in mind, it will only last so long. Mine is starting to have a couple issues, which is why I'm starting to use the wooting again until I get my hands on a K70. So as for rankings, I would put, let me think. I would probably put the Razer Viper 8K B tier. I will put the Logitech G502 Hero in B tier, but above the Razer because I think the input lag is a bit better. I don't know if that's the case. That's anecdotal, but maybe it's just the comfort. I don't know. I prefer the Logitech over the Razer. And then I would put the wooting Uwu and the wooting 60HE both in A tier, but the Uwu above the 60HE. And then I would also put the Seo device in A tier above both of those because it's just so responsive. And then I think in S tier I would put the K70 based on what I'm hearing about it. But that's just hearsay, that's just my guess. I don't have any offering yet on my experience with that, but we will see what happens. So with all that being said, with all the things that I have, with all the input methods I have, I would put the Seo device on top, if yours still works, followed by the wooting Uwu I would probably use, is what I would do. I'm ordering a K70. We will see how good that is. Hopefully it's better than anything else I've used because I'm making some insane jumps. We'll see.